it's Cathy Cassidy. I'm going to read you another chapter from my book Scarlett, and it's chapter 4 today. Before I do that, I had a couple of very quick shout outs to do, and they are from readers and people listening in around the world, and one of them is Sophia in India. So hi Sophia. Two of them are Meta and Toa in Ecuador. Hello, you two. And Elaine and Blahin in Ireland. Hi. And last but definitely not least, Catkin in Cornwall, who told me that she was listening. And when she told me that, or that she was listening and watching, when she told me that, it kind of made me cry, because Catkin is my daughter and I'm missing her loads just now. So all of you who are listening, whether I've given you a shout out or not, I really hope that you're doing okay. I hope that you're managing to find something to smile about every day, even if it's something quite small. And I hope that you're going to enjoy today's episode of Scarlett, chapter 4. So here we go. The picture on my passport shows a brown-haired girl with bunches and sparkly eyes, and the girl at the airport check-in desk squints at it hard, trying to make the connection between that kid and me. I scowl at her, stony-faced, and she swallows hard, checking in my bag without another word. Mum gets permission to come through to the departures lounge with me, because 12 is kind of young to be on the loose in an airport on your own. I think she just wants to be sure I get on that plane. Now, Scarlett, your dad doesn't know that you got your tongue pierced, Mum says briskly. Let's face it, he'd probably have a fit if he knew. Blame me, I expect. How about you take it out, put it away for a couple of days? I grin, tapping the gold stud against my teeth. If Dad's gonna hate my piercing, it's staying for sure. Well, how about you just keep your mouth shut for a few days, Mum suggests. First impressions count. No sense asking for trouble, is there? For me, Scarlett. Okay, I sigh. I've packed some goodies for your lunch, Mum says as we walk up to the departure gate. Your dad will meet you by the main exit at Knock Airport. Just collect your suitcase and go through, okay? Scarlett, don't be like that. You know it's for the best. I nod listlessly. I don't have the strength left to argue. It's a fight I can't win, a risk I can't take. I don't want to fall apart right here in the middle of the Stansted Airport departures lounge with snotty businessmen in pinstriped suits looking on. That would never do. The flight is called and everyone clumps together at the gate, waiting to board the plane. I catch Mum looking at her watch. She collars a passing cabin crew girl and asks her to keep an eye on me until the plane lands at Knock. The girl smiles and nods, then catches sight of my scowl and pales a little. I'll ring you, Mum says. Sweetheart, don't let me down this time. Be good. Remember, it's your last chance. She hugs me, swiftly, lightly, with an air kiss on each cheek. Then she steps back, brushing an imaginary speck of dust off her caramel-coloured trousers. Speak to you later, sweetheart. Take care. She turns and strides away, tan shoulder bag swinging. I watch until she's out of sight in the crowd, but she doesn't look back. The cabin crew girl is leading me through the corridor, down a flight of steps and out onto the tarmac. I stumble up the steps and onto the plane, taking my seat in a trance. Two elderly ladies who've been scooshing themselves with the duty-free perfume squeeze in next to me, offering me a boiled sweet to suck during takeoff. I should have made a run for it while I had the chance, because I'm stuck now. There is no escape. There's a sad feeling in my chest, a cold, empty ache that won't go away. I crunch my boiled sweet and try to unzip my rucksack, but my fingers feel numb and clumsy. It's a new rucksack, a red fun fur circle with sticky up ears, googly eyes, and a zigzag growly mouth. A last-minute present from Mum. I'd have loved to throw it back at her, but of course I didn't. It's cool, so I ignore the fact that it's also a bribe. The cabin crew show us what to do in case of an emergency, and I find myself wishing the plane would plummet down in the middle of the Irish Sea, because then they'd be sorry they made me go. Maybe. We taxi along the runway, the cabin crew take their seats, and suddenly we are hurtling along so fast I just about choke on my ball suite. The plane tilts upwards, climbing, and just for a minute I forget to be scared, because we're flying now up through the clouds, higher and higher, until the stuff down below looks tiny and far away, like toys scattered across a musty green carpet. I check out the packed lunch Mum's provided. Rolls, crisps, apple pie and pop, all from the Marks and Spencer's food hall. The rolls are chicken salad. Did she really not remember that I'm a vegetarian now, or does she think that chicken doesn't count? Not another silly phase, she said when I first told her. I think you just do it to irritate me. Mum's packed a magazine too, one with lots of pictures of ponies and kittens that I haven't bought since I was 10. We're flying over the sea now, and the ladies sitting next to me are reading magazines full of knitting patterns and cake recipes and heartwarming stories about country doctors. The sad feeling in my chest has become an ache. It's scary, I swear. If I didn't know better, I'd say there was a big splinter of glass lodged just above my heart, pressing down, making everything hurt. I can barely breathe. I lean back against the soft plush seat and close my eyes. When I open them again, my neck feels sore, my face stiff, and outside the plane, the view has changed to mottled green and grey. All right, pet, one of the old ladies asks. Nearly there? I fish around in the rucksack for my hand mirror. My hair falls around my face in dark red ringlets. My eyes are ringed with smudgy black. It's a good disguise. I don't look scared, I look scary, and that's the way I like it. The plane is dipping down through the clouds, banking and turning and finally swooping into land with a roaring, whooshing sound that has my heart pounding. Then the cabin crew are wishing us a safe onward journey, and we file off the plane and troop across to the terminal building and along to the hall where you get your luggage. It takes ages for the conveyor belt to start up, so I sit on a bench and ring Mum on my mobile. I can't get a signal for ages, and when I do, she has her mobile switched off. I call the office, but Alima, her secretary, says Mum is out all afternoon. I write a text message. Kidnapped and sent to Ireland. Please help. I press send. The conveyor belt creaks into life and luggage starts tumbling down onto the carousel. Black bags and brown bags and fancy plaid bags, suitcases and rucksacks, and finally my old case. I let it circle the carousel 3 times before dragging it off the conveyor belt and onto a trolley, and by then all the other passengers have gone. It's only when I turn to start pushing the trolley that I see a familiar figure in the distance watching me. I miss my footing for a moment and have to grab onto the trolley. It's just these stupid sandals. Walking on 3-inch wedges is never a picnic. He's coming towards me. There's nowhere I can hide, and that's not fair because Mum said he'd meet me by the main exit. He's not allowed to turn up here while I'm still tired and rumpled from the journey. I am not ready for this. Scarlett, he says. I waited a while and you didn't appear, so I thought I'd come and find you. Couldn't wait to see you. I fix my face into a cold, blank mask and refuse to look at him. He touches my arm and I shake him off furiously. How dare he touch me? How dare he? Okay, Scarlett, okay, he says softly, the way you talk to a startled pony or an unruly puppy. He grabs my case and swings it off the trolley, striding through the hall and out to the car park where his old Morris Traveller is sitting, a stupid, ugly, ancient car from about 100 years ago. It actually has strips of wood around the windows and doors, like something out of the Flintstones. He dumps my suitcase onto the back seat, so I have no choice but to sit in the front beside him. The car smells of warm leather and polo mints, just like it always did. He turns the key and the engine shudders to life, sounding like a small tractor and moving only very slightly faster. It's easily the most embarrassing car in the whole universe. Right then, says Dad. Let's go home. So that's the end of chapter 4, and I hope that some of you will tune in again tomorrow and listen to chapter 5 and find out what happens when Scarlett gets to her new home, place that she's going to have to put up with for the next little while. I'm really relieved because, I wanted to mention, I'm in a different place to talk to you today, and I've got 2 little dog on wheels behind me because I noticed there's 4 or 5 people now have been asking about the dog on wheels that sits on the desk behind me when I read at my desk, and that's not the only dog on wheels I have. So there's these 2 who are kind of look like brothers because they're the same style of dog. And there are some others. Maybe I'll sneak a few others in for you to have a look at. And my own 2 dogs, my real 2 dogs, have been crashed out in the room, just out of sight, just behind the camera. So all the time that I was talking, I was thinking, are they going to start, they're going to jump up and start leaping around and play fighting or whatever. But they've been really, really good. Anyway, thank you so much for listening in. And I'll see you tomorrow. Keep smiling. This is not going to last forever, and we can get through it. A little bit of escapism really helps. Take care and see you soon.